want to get back to that reported Chinese malware case that may have the ability to cut off U.S. military bases from power and communication systems, not just in one location, but all around the country and all around the globe. Rather, the New York Times reporting that the Biden administration is working to track down this cyber warfare. It believes that Beijing has the power to disrupt those operations in the event of armed conflict. Over the weekend, Chinese officials did accuse the U.S. and Taiwan of turning the democratic island of Taiwan into a, quote, powder keg and ammunition depot. That follows the U.S. announcement of a new $345 million military aid package. I know that's a mouthful. I told you a lot already. Let's dive in here with Mark Esper, who served as U.S. Secretary of Defense during the Trump administration. Always good to see you, Secretary. But I got to find out, in terms of how legitimate these claims are about Chinese malware, on a scale of 1 to 10, is it true? Do you believe that this is actually happening? And if so, how dire would it be for our military?
Yeah, look, it's a very serious concern. It's something that we worked on, looked at closely during my tenure. I've always said since my days in office that I thought the first shots of an opening conflict with China would be in both space and cyberspace. And with regard to this particular article, that plays out some scenarios where we were concerned that the Chinese might have embedded malware that could shut down the electrical grid surrounding an Air Force base, an Army base. They could shut down or upset our communications networks that would deploy our troops from bases to ports. Because you've got to keep in mind that the military, certainly the Army, is mostly based in the United States, so it deploys to a future fight. So if the Chinese can disrupt those things at home, then that would be problematic. You know, when I was Secretary of the Army, we actually had a program underway to make sure that our bases had independent energy sources cut off from the broader grid so that we can maintain our operations when something happened, whether it was a Chinese malware or whether it was just a natural disaster. So these are real concerns and something we have to plan and prepare for and keep working on.
Is there any connection between this malware and TikTok with all the attention that that's received over the past year?
I think it's a part of a broader spectrum of initiatives that the Chinese are out there doing, trying to gather intelligence, secure information, build large databases by which they can understand what America is doing, maybe their connections, connectivities. With TikTok, there's a big concern too about their ability to influence social media and what they put out to our youth or the people who use TikTok. So look, it's a broader spectrum. The Chinese are very clever, very strategic, very patient, and they've put a lot of resources into cyber operations.
I want to ask why we're just learning about this now, but I kind of already know the answer. But why don't you give any insights you have?
Well, we've actually been talking about this for years. A lot of concern about Chinese malware, Russian malware, North Korean malware. It's been out there. It's just getting attention from this article. But, this is something we have to pay very close attention to. Again, the Chinese put a lot of resources to this. This is in some ways considered an Achilles heel for the United States. That's why, there's been a push for many, many years to get broader public-private cooperation within the United States on these matters so we can be more quickly alerted to possible malware, cyber intrusions, those things, and we could push back on the Chinese. Part of it, too, involves us picking up more of the offense when it comes to the Chinese and pushing back on them as well quite aggressively.
I just have one more question for you. Whenever we bring up these stories, we're talking about this particular incident or we're talking about one particular threat, in this case, cyber warfare. What position are we in militarily? What is the state of our troops? Are we in a position to actually do what the Biden administration is actually saying we might have to, which is boots on the ground for Taiwan while we're still helping Ukraine fight their war against Russia?
Well, first of all, we have the best cyber capabilities in the world, bar none. So you should rest comfortably in that fact. I think, with regard to the ability to project power around the world, we still have that capability, whether or not there is a war in Ukraine. We have the means to do it. I think the administration belatedly is making some important initiatives now in conjunction with Congress to build up our defense industrial base, to stockpile arms and ammunition and material. That's critical because the vulnerability of that base has been exposed here with the war in Ukraine. So we still have all the capabilities to project the power we need to do, but this is something we need to watch very carefully and prepare for because it is an asymmetric attack that the Chinese could perpetrate on us in times of conflict or leading up to conflict.
Thank you for watching. Go to newsnationnow.com to find NewsNation on your television provider. And don't forget to click the red subscribe button below to get more of NewsNation's fact-driven, unbiased coverage.